But yeah, I'm about to read. Should have did it before I got on the video, but I just realized I'm gonna do it, man. Hot them up. I'm gonna read a little bit more up into this next little stopping point, but I think I'm gonna read a little bit more. So my program director at Hot, well, I can't Hot, I don't get that, but Hot was George Cook. Alright, I like that name and stuff, but who remains a friend and mentor. That's what's up to this day. That's what's up. Back then, George was just another young radio guy trying to figure out things on the fly. His idea was for me to host a nighttime show that had the feel of a morning show. That's funny, but keep motherfuckers up. But George's reasoning, alright, was that since the late great Doug Banks was syndicated on Hot in the mornings, it was important for the station to have a local show heavy on talk on at night. I loved the concept. Taking calls and talking to people was my passion because it was the best way to stay connected to the streets. Looking back, interacting with callers on the radio was one of the precursors to social media. And there's no doubt radio personalities are the original catfish. I don't know what that means, but if I had $1 for every time someone tells me, man, you don't look the way you sound. Oh my. That's funny though. I was just talking about Burn. My signature segment was called 8 o'clock. Oh my. I would open up the phones and say, Hot 98.8, holla if you hating. Holla if you hating. Hating, but and people would just vent about whatever was bothering them. That's what's up. Someone might hate on a shirt someone at their school was wearing. Stub at on 9/11, everyone called in hating on Bin Laden. They'd even call in and hate on me. I used to love it. Another feature I started was was called lyrical warfare. Which gave would-be rappers an opportunity to call up to the station and spit a freestyle. All right, get it done. If they were dope, I give them props. If they were whack, I'd play a sound effect. Oh my, that said, "You are boonky boonky." People still quote that sound effect in Charleston to this day. I remember, let me see what this says about DMX. We stopped playing. You know how we do like DMX. I remember one guy called in who was doing way too much DMX style grunting during his rap. Oh my. When he was done, I told him it sounded like he was having a rough gay sex with Hulk Hogan. Oh my. Like he was having rough gay sex with Hulk Hogan. Still bad. Idiots. I've always believed in the balance in ratchetness and righteousness. That's what's up. So around 11 p.m., I would wind things down with a segment called Charlemagne the God, Thug Love Status. I like that, the righteousness and ratchetness too, but I don't really subscribe so much to it. You know what I'm saying? You can kind of get that vibe with me too, but I would play nothing but slow songs and talk directly to the ladies. Oh my. In the audience, making sure to end the show on a positive note. The balance was a hit, and within a couple of months, I took the show from number 14 to number 2 in the market. I was still living with my mama, but suddenly I was a bit of a celebrity in Charleston, which was a new experience to me. Yes, I had been popular in high school, but being well known in an actual city on the radio, I see I put a question mark, but that was virgin territory. Oh my. And I didn't know how to handle it. in the next segment, messed up by fame. And I can keep reading like a lot. Like, I be getting into reading sometimes. Like I be like, yo, I'm about to just since I said this was the last section I want to play. I just want to kind of put the book down, put the computer down. When I put the book down, put the computer down, and just keep reading to myself. You know what I mean? Like, dang, because I want to read too much. I feel like, but you know, it's kind of like, you know, it could be like the story time of my show, of my what's it called, my channel. Because you know me, like as you can see, I don't really like talk about my own opinions really that much. Like I do, but like if you notice, I'm saying like the last like 20 videos were just mainly me playing music and then kind of like chiming in every now and then. And then you know like last night I was reading from a book and I'd be reading the Bible and I'd be reading stuff and like I played like church like the other day or whatever. Um, so yeah, I mean a lot of it's just like stuff I enjoy, So that kind of like give you a picture of me with like I hear sometimes you're very private, like even your family very private. So it's like I'm not really like too much of like just an open book like in a sense. Like I'm an open book in a sense, but at the same time it's like I'm just very kind of like to myself still, even like when I'm being like making so many videos, just like I'm still just like showing my face, showing some emotion, but at the same time it's like not just like I don't know what people really talk about like on YouTube, but most people have like topics and stuff and even like give their opinions, whatever. With me, I'm just like just sharing what I enjoy. You know what I'm saying? So, and hopefully that's like a good service because what I enjoy, might put people on. That's kind of why I do it too, like to put people on to like if it's new to them, kind of new stuff. And even like I found those new Social Club songs last night, which came out from like 2011, 2013 ish, which I never heard before. And I've been on them since 2012 myself, but I never heard those songs before. So even just learning new stuff myself, and that's kind of why which that's one thing that encouraged me to read, so more like heavily these days. Like I said before, to just kind of like fill my mind up, and I hear reading makes you like a more interesting person, and also helps with vocabulary. But even just makes you a more interesting person. I don't know the details about that, but one thing I will tell you is I realized that like the girl, like she's inspired me so much, and that's one reason I like her so much too. And it seems like I told her the other day, I was like, it seems like I know so little about you, but I like you so much. So it's like weird. Like I think it has to do with that mysterious, like the mystique about her with me and everything, like But everything I do, like know about her and find out about her and stuff like that, like I love it so much. But I know so little about her in a sense. But then like for one thing that stood out about her and stuff, she was so different. I mean, one thing about her that was so different was like all the other girls I seen, growing up in the church and stuff, would be like, I don't know, but just doing different stuff. But she would always be like, kind of, not always by herself, like a lot of times, like by herself, like just reading. You know what I mean? Like reading a book. And it's like, that was like kind of stood out to me in a sense for some reason. I know a lot of chicks read, but it's just like something about her. But I was like, yeah, like for some reason, like she's very interesting. It's like, she's so like, interested in me. Like, so I was like, maybe that's like a part of it. Like, so I'm kind of like, kind of like I've taken on like I've like kind of taken on a lot of traits. Like I at one point I was like trying to eat like her, like damn, because she's so fucking attractive. I was like down on like not a bi like her because she got like she's like curvy because she's a chick. But I just wanted to be like the dude version of her, like how she looks. I mean, it's like damn, she was that attractive. I was like damn, like. But I realized it's kind of I can't. It's tough to be somebody else. So I was kind of like just kind of just kind of kind of like it's kind of like when you see someone who inspires you, it's kind of like you kind of want to emulate what they do, but make it your own. So it's like yeah, like for certain, the reading kind of intrigues me, going to church and reading the Bible and one thing I won't tell you exactly what it is, but just a certain type of food I started to, really start loving and start cooking myself. Not even cooking so much, just making. I'll tell you, making eppies and making pickles. It's like eppies is like these Haitian spice. You know what I mean? So it's just like incorporating that and just like just making that. And my mom putting in the food she makes. So I just make I make the Haitian spice. You know what I mean? But my mom kind of cooks with it the most.